This is Dr. Matt Barber of Alabama Orthopedic Clinic. We are proud supporters of Ransom Reprogram, Ransom Ministries, and all of the good work that they do in our community. If you would like to learn more about us, check us out at alortho.com or barbertotaljoint.com. You can also hear more from me personally on the Ortho Real podcast. Thank you again for allowing us to be involved with Ransom Ministries and all of the great work that they do.
Hey, welcome to the Ransom Experience. My name is Matt Armbruster, Executive Director of Ransom Ministries. You're going to hear stories from people that we've served and people that serve alongside us, as well as those that we partner with throughout our community. You're going to hear about decisions they made throughout their life and things that happened through different avenues of their life that caused them to go down a path that they didn't see themselves going. And then also those decisions that they have to make on a daily basis to stay away from those decisions that they made in the past. Ransom Ministries empowers people to utilize their God-given gifts and talents in their career and for their community. All along the way, we learn how to help those close to us and also maybe even help ourselves. This is real. This is raw. This is Ransom.
With every star.
This show is brought to you by Ransom Recycling, your #1 choice for electronic recycling in Mobile, Alabama. Help reduce waste in our landfills by recycling all of your unwanted, unused, and non-working electronics. Ransom Recycling is a division of Ransom Ministries that is helping to put men and women back to work. Check out ransomministries.com for a complete list of acceptable items. Drop-offs and pickups can be easily scheduled through the website. Please note that we are not accepting TVs at this time. Ransom Recycling, open 8 to 3, Monday through Friday. Help our planet while helping men and women re-enter the workforce.
With every star, we are born again. Open your heart, spend less time in your head.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Ransom Experience, where each week we talk to either people who have been through our program, people that are in our program, people that are, volunteering with us. And the last week I talked a little bit about how long, the 11 years we've been here. I'm excited today because we get to talk to a guy that I've really got to respect over the last few months and seen a lot of great things out of, and I really feel like he's going to go far. But this is Ronald, man. I appreciate you coming on the show today.
Yeah, thank you for blessing me to be here.
All right, so let's just get started. So what I normally do is I'll just ask you to tell your story. So we're going to start out first. So Ronald, tell me a little bit about Ronald growing up and as your childhood. How was that and what was it like?
Okay, well, the childhood, I was raised up in a church, and my grandmother raised me. My mother left me when I was 3. I think I seen my mother again when I was 11. But my grandmother raised me. And, like I said, I was raised up in a church, junior deacon, sung in the choir, stuff like that. And then later on, I got older, I went to solo singing. But as a child, I was around the neighborhood. We played cowboys and Indians and stuff like that, And I always know God and believed in God, but I tried to experience that world as I became a teenager, and think it's fun and all like that. But all the same time, the devil was painting a picture to me, making it look good, but the after effects wasn't good, behind it, But I was kind of spoiled too coming up as a teenager. My grandfather bought me a motorcycle. I think I was 11. Then I had my first car, I was 15, Back then, my grandmother had a little property, had a good name, stuff like that. And I had a lot, then I ain't saying a lot, but sometimes I had more than some kids had, and I was kind of spoiled. I didn't value things, I would tear them up or whatever, this and that, because I didn't have to work for it. You value stuff more when you work for it, and I had the little Z28 Camaro, SS Chevelles and stuff like that, just kind of, and I would, get tired in and I'd rake one to get another, and, didn't have a value in anything until I had to get out there and work on my own to see what the value was, Yeah, but anyway, My grandfather died when I was 16. But I started around trying to smoke when I was like 12 or 13, smoking cigarettes, you know. As I got older, about 13, I started drinking, you know. About 15 or 16, I experienced the marijuana thing, you know, and just running for the world. I would go to church, but I wasn't in church like I was, you know. I would, you know, and then my grandmother had to get on me to go to church, you know. She used to get on me all the time and say, you ought to go to church. You know, as I got older and got in the streets, I kind of weaned away from the church, you know, and my grandmother used to beg me all the time, why don't you go to church, why don't you go to church? And a lot of time I wouldn't go. Sometimes we'd go like family friend day or Easter time once a year, you know. But anyway, she used to tell me that all the time. I said, well, you ain't got to go. One day they're going to roll you up in there. You have to go one way or the other, you know, but like that, you know. But she was just a good Christian woman. But I got to experiencing drugs and alcohol and stuff like that. And I got on the wrong path, man, in life. And I mean, I did it on and off. I've been through rehabs. And I might get out. I got out and stayed clean for 3 or 4 years. But then it's surrounding too, because the only way I stayed clean them 2 or 3 years, I stayed out around that surrounding. Then I tried one time, because I was clean, go back to the friends that did it to show them that I was clean, you know, and stuff like that. But naturally, I kept hanging around them. I started back doing it, you know. But it's just surrounding and everything. But I'm just truly blessed. And I came in here to Ransom now, you know. I mean, I've been in situations, man. I mean, I've jumped from one state to another, man. I've been in trouble with the law and leave and jump town and be on the run from the law, stuff like that, you know. You know, I never forget, I jumped a freight from Atlanta to Jacksonville, Florida. You know, I was there in Atlanta, and a guy tried to rob me with a knife, and I took the knife from him. I run behind him, and I stabbed the guy a couple of times. I got scared, thought I killed the guy, and I left Atlanta, didn't have any money. I just jumped the freight, and this guy said, well, you go to Jacksonville, Florida, it's a lot of jobs down there, so I jumped the freight from Atlanta to Jacksonville. And then when I got down there, I called somebody back in Atlanta. They said the guy was okay. He didn't even stay in the hospital, you know. But I never did go back to Atlanta. But God blessed me with a job down there at Atlantic Ice, you know. But still, I was drugging, you know. So working didn't do no good. It made things worse for me. And I just thank God I never did get in any trouble. And I went in some bad spots there. I went to Jacksonville, Florida, didn't know nobody. But I got there, I was going in bad neighborhoods, you know. And, you know, anywhere bad neighborhood, you know where the drugs at. So I didn't care. I was blind, you know, in denial, whatever they call it. But, you know, I just thank God. And I come here now, and I came to Mobile here a couple of years ago, and I got with the Waterfront Mission. After about a month I was here, I was in and out of there, you know, but I was still drugging here and drugging there. Either I would stay clean and jump out there in the street and mess up and stuff like that. But, you know, and I thank God I got here to Ransom, man, and it's really done changed my whole life around, man. And, you know, I stay in the Word all the time now, and I don't go around those people that do the things I used to do. And just, you know, just do the best I can and just stay build up with God. So I just go to work now and go home. I watch a movie or something, I read the Word, and I'm more at a peace of mind, you know, more at a peace of mind, you know. But I want to kind of let you know what kind of background I come out of. Like I said, I was raised up in the church, singing the gospel and stuff like that. I've solo sang, and I've sang with a few people, one of the Commodores and stuff like that. He's a member of the church I was in down there in Tuskegee. They tried to make me a member, but I never did become a member, but I sung in that choir. And, you know, but I went there about 2 or 3 years, you know, but.
So tell me really quick. So tell me a little bit, like, so you said like when you was a kid, you started experimenting with, you know, marijuana, drinking, drugging. So what was the draw? Because you were in the church, right? So what was the draw to that drew you away from the church? What were some of the things that maybe you feel like?
Getting out there with some of the friends, thinking it's fun and this and that. And you know, at that time, you think it's fun, you know. But
you know, we talked about, we went and talked to that school, to St. Paul's that day, and you shared great things with them, because I think you see the importance of that age to not make the wrong turn.
Oh, yes. At that age, I was like, I want to experience things, you know, and I've tried this and tried that. All the person said, hey, try this or try a little of this and try a little of that.
Yeah.
And I was trying to experience things, but I was really just hurting myself, really, you know.
So speaking of that, so as you go about your life, if you're a kid listening to this or even an adult, experiencing ain't always what it's cracked up to be. To experience something, sometimes you don't want to experience certain things.
Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, experiencing things. Some of the things would be real bad. Experiencing. Yeah, some experience I went through, man, and I just sit down and cry about some of the experience I went through. And then we take ourselves through those experiences.
Yeah.
Sometimes I've had people come along, older people try to talk to me and tell me something, but I guess I was what they call it problem child, black sheep of the family, and I wouldn't listen. I never would listen. They said something to me, go on one end, come out the other.
Yeah.
But then when it go down and happen, and the trouble hit and all that, it'll dawn right back on. I said, well, that person told me if I do this, it was gonna turn out like that. But that's the problem with kids now they have today. They don't want to listen at anybody. They like I come along, you think cause people older, they don't know nothing, but people try to talk to you out of love and they let you. They been there and done that, and they see the road you're going down, but you don't understand that they've been through that, and a lot of kids now want to do their own thing, I'm gonna do it my way, but like I said, it's the choices you make, man, and like I said, Satan will plant thoughts in your head, devil throw them fire darts at you, man, and like I said, it's only a thought, like you said, the devil can't do no more than you let him do, but he can throw them thoughts on you. And it's left up to you where you act out on it or not.
Yeah.
And 90% of the time, people are going to act out on those thoughts, especially if you paint that picture and it look like it's fun, it's good. Yeah. But he don't never show you that after effect behind it.
That's
that
right.
trouble coming behind it, that death. He don't show you none of that. You being strung out on drugs, he don't show you none of that.
Yeah.
He just show you at that particular time that you having a good time.
And so by your own story, you had a great life. I mean, you had a great family. They took you up. Your mama was... you didn't have all that. Your grandmother was there, though, and she was a great role model for you. And So just because you had that, don't expect that bad things can't happen along the way. And I think that you say that, and don't take things for granted, and don't take, that life that you had as for granted, I guess, for lack of a better word, because it could backfire on you. And you shared a story with us one time about Allie. Being stuck in an alley. Remember that story?
Oh, yeah, I was stuck in the alley.
You want to tell us that story?
Yeah, I was down in Florida down there, and I was strung out on drugs, and I went and I seen where some people stashed their drugs and money at, and I went behind them and got their drugs and money, but they found out that I did it, and they was after me, and I was running, and they had guns and everything, and I went down this alley. I didn't know it had a dead end to it. But I went down this alley trying to get away, and I got up in that alley there, and it wasn't nothing like a brick wall. I was just trapped in the end down there, the brick wall. And that's when I know it's a God, because they came down there, and there was no further than from me and you. And I could hear them talking, but I sat there and closed my eyes. I know that I was finna get shot. I just said to myself, Lord, just bless me not to go to hell, to go to heaven with you. And I was sitting there praying. And I could hear them talking, where you at, this and that, and they were standing no more close to me and you, and I didn't have nowhere to go. And God shielded me. He had to shield me, because I was right down the corner. That's like in this brick wall, that's right in the corner, and there were bricks around them, brick wall. So I couldn't go nowhere, but they were right there in front of me, and they like, well, we know he just went down through here, where he at, this and that. And I know God shielded me. He had to shield me from that. Because I heard them playing this day right there in front of me talking. And they went on out from there. I was scared. I stayed there about another 30 minutes or an hour before I come out. But I've been on some experience, man. I slept in abandoned houses. In Atlanta, I was in an abandoned house there. That's a bad feeling. Somebody come in the middle of the night, you're in an abandoned house, it's dark, you can't see anything. And 2 or 3 people came in, 4 or 5, whatever, I could hear their voice. And back then, they'd rob you, kill you and rob you. If you think you had anything on you, I had to jump through a window, cut myself, jumping out of one. Stuff like that. I done had some real bad experience, man, but God had me in his hand all the time.
Yeah. And that's the thing we have to understand, is that he has a purpose for each of us. So I see you, like when we do circle time, I mean, you're the oldest one in the circle, but I think the guys really respect you and they respect your input. And I think this is a great place for you to be, because you are, we got guys that are 18, 19, 20 sitting around that thing, and they need to hear from you who have been there. Again, you know, a lot of times it goes in one ear out the other, but these guys are 18, 19. They've already experienced some of that. They've already experienced some of the bad choices and all that.
Yes.
So you showing them, hey, it's a whole lot different when you're trying to get out of this when you're older than it is when you're younger.
It is. It's rougher when you're older.
Yeah,
Trying to come out 'cause you did it so many years. But one thing I want to say too, that a lot of people think because they come from this type of family or that type of family. I've seen some people come from some real good families, man. I mean, they well raised it and everything. You know, families, church people and all that. But they still will turn and go another way. They'll go that wrong route.
No respecter of person.
Yeah, no respect of a person. Yeah, it don't choose it. You know, drug don't choose who it get it.
Yep, that's
who it gets. You know,
it just takes on whoever will take it, and that's a
whoever
lot of time.
take it. Yeah.
So I think this has been a great place for you. So tell me, kind of, as you've been here and with us. So we met you through the Waterfront Rescue Mission. That's where you were at that time, and you were growing, and you were just really looking for a chance to just do what God made you to do.
Yeah, get someone to make a change in my life. Yeah. You know, and change for the better. You know, because I've done things to hurt my family. You know, in the past. You know. Yeah. You know, I got a daughter now that we talk, but I stayed in and out of prison so much. She missed a lot of Christmas with me, New Year's and stuff like that, birthday, you know. And she still loved me. We talk, but we got that little distance between each other now, you know. And as a fact, I just hate to say it, we was talking. She done changed her number now, you know. Yeah. So and my aunt told me, so she called her, but she don't want nobody in the family to have her number. Yeah. You know, so she got a problem she dealing with too. You know, I have a son in Birmingham. I seen him when he was 3. When I got a chance to see him again, he was 11. That because I wouldn't marry his mother. You know, so she said, well, I'm gonna keep my son from you, this and that. But we talk every now and then. But he helped me out to go to make a change to go to Tennessee, and I went up there and I came back home, and he didn't like that because I came back. I had a good job there. I left and came back. Yeah. And kind of failed, and he hadn't kind of been speaking to me. He asked about my all the time. Talked to my cousin Penny in Tennessee, and she said he asked about you all the time, but I haven't really got in touch with him lately. I talked to him about a year ago, but that's it, you know. But, you know, I just want to tell people things like that, man. You get into drugs and alcohol and get on that wrong path, man, you can lose family members and all that, your loved ones, because you put hurt on them sometime, man. You know, some people it's hard for them to forgive, you know. It's real hard for them to forgive. Yeah. You know, and then some will tell you they forgive, but they still ain't going to forget. You know, God forgive and forget.
Still ain't going to trust you,
but every now and then, they don't trust you. They'll throw that up sometime and get mad. They throw, you remember you did this, you did that. You know, but I just want to thank God just for being here at Ransom, man. I've learned so much here at Ransom, and I got so much peace of mind, and I've learned a lot, man. You know.
So let me ask you, since you're talking about that. So you came on here. You knew you were going to work. You really didn't know what to expect. We kind of told you what it was about, but tell me some of the things beyond the paycheck and beyond that you feel you've gotten from being in Ransom right now.
Yeah, it's so much more than the paycheck. You know, it's just the love y'all show here, man. Y'all try to help people out, man, to help them move forward in life. Y'all help them to get all kind of different type. They don't have the education. You help them to get the education. Skills, all kind of skills, you know. Y'all have so much to offer, man, that I ain't never seen a job have nothing to offer like this, you know. Yeah, and just any way y'all can help a person, y'all will. And it's just, you know, at a place like this, you can't do nothing but move forward. You can't move backwards. You can't do nothing but move forward, you know. And I love it, man.
You had a victory this week, right? We talked about. So tell them about that a little bit.
Yeah, straighten that out. I had a ticket I got probably been 15, 20 years ago, and I had a problem with it. I tried to pay it, but they had a mix up with that because they said mixed up in the system. They put my last name first, my first name last, so I never could. Every time I go to pay it, they never would let me pay it. But through Ransom here, man, I got everything straightened out. They found out what was going on, and now I have it paid off now, so. You know, only thing I'm reinstated. They reinstated me, so the only thing I can do is get my license back. You know, and I'm like I said, Ransom got me pushing forward, man. I'm looking forward to getting CDL license. They've already blessed me with the forklift. I have my forklift paper, my forklift card, and it's just something I didn't accomplish. I didn't think I would have accomplished, and I see more in the future. accomplishing through here. And I just, like I said, I couldn't be in a better place.
Well, and that's the thing is that ticket you carried around for 15 years thinking, I can't get this.
2005.
So it's hard to get it without an advocate or without someone to walk with you through that. And I feel like that's what we do here is walk with you. We didn't do it for you. You did it.
Yeah, but you showed me how to get it done.
Yeah, and then you did it because we put that out there. So there's people out there all over that are just stuck because they don't think they can do it.
Which way to go.
And that's why it's important to have people in your life that'll help you through that.
Oh, yes.
And you've had a couple slips since you've been here.
Oh, yeah.
But you know what? I think what I've been most impressed with
for those slips. Learned from them.
I've been most impressed is that you're honest. Yeah. The first time we had to push you before you did it, right?
Yeah.
But then it got better, but you've learned from it. That's the key. Remember, we talk a lot about, and we've talked about this on this podcast, is that it ain't about falling. Yeah. It's about getting up.
Getting up, that's right.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, there ain't nobody listening to this podcast that ain't failed before.
That's right.
And they might say they have, but they fell in some way. It might not have been drugs. It might not have been, but it could be anger, losing your temper, doing different things like that. Yeah. That's falling to me. Yeah. But if you stay down, that's where you get in trouble.
That's right. And that's what happened to so many people now. So many people, when they fall in a position like that in drugs, alcohol, they lay in it. And they feel that they ain't got no hope.
Yeah.
And then they get worse and worse and worse, and they take them on down through that, and then they get to a point where they get relaxed with it, and that's their everyday life, you know. And God don't want us to be like that. He don't want us to be like that.
So we're towards the end now. Yeah. So tell me a little bit is there anything else you want to put out there? Message to someone who might be listening that you haven't already told us. Mm-hmm. Anything you want to talk about before I close us out?
Okay, before you close us out, I want to say this, that if you're a person out there, you're struggling with whatever it is, drugs, alcohol, money, porno, whatever the situation is, whatever your demon, whatever it is, go to God and ask God to give you the strength to overcome those situations. But I want to try to, before we close this, I want to try to give you a little background. When I come out of it, I'm going to sing a song.
Yeah, go ahead.
But it's called I Can't Live Without the Lord. I can't live in this world without the Lord, without the Lord. Well, and I can't live in this world without the Lord, without the Lord. Hey, when I look up around and see what the Lord has done for me, and I can't live in this world without the Lord, without the Lord. Well, and I can't bow down on my knees without the Lord, without the Lord. Well, and I can't bow down on my knees without the Lord, without the Lord. Hey, when I look up around and see what the Lord has done for me, and I can't bow down on my knees without the Lord, without the Lord. Well, and we can't take one breath at a time without the Lord, without the Lord. Well, and we can't take one breath at a time without the Lord, without the Lord. Hey, when I look up around and see what the Lord has done for me, and we can't take one breath at a time without the Lord, without the Lord. Well, and we can't have all the joy that we have without the Lord, without the Lord. Well, and we can't have all the joy that we have without the Lord, without the Lord. Hey, when I look up around and see what the Lord has done for me, and we can't have all the joy that we have without the Lord, without the Lord.
That was awesome. Why have you never sang for me before? If y'all could see this, he got tears in his eyes because that means so much to that man, doesn't it? I'm so proud of you, man. That is the best ending I've ever had on this show ever. And I'm proud of you. I could see the spirit was all over you, man. He's giving you that gift. And I'm glad I got to experience it. And I'm glad y'all out there got to experience it. I want to thank you so much for opening up to us, opening up your song to the people out there. And I just want to thank you, Ronald, for just being in my life. So God bless each of you out there. And I hope you're blessed by this show. If you are, share it with your friends, rate it, subscribe to it, and also just get it out there. Try to get more subscribers and just get the word that everybody has a story out there. So join us next week when we bring you another great story from one of our participants. And we just thank you for it. Until next week, we'll see you next week.
Too many days in the darkness without a glimpse of the light. Running tired and broken and scared, but I swear I'll never give up the fight.